Getting the fire back. I'm in such a weird rut right now. I've been going to the gym consistently. I've been eating healthy, whole foods 90% of the time, doing my morning routine, getting work done for my business, and I have straight A's in school. Yet I don't have that fire inside of me which I once had. It feels like I've just been going through the motions, and recently my sleep has been horrendous, waking up every hour of the night, hitting the snooze button in the morning. By the way, this is more of a symptom of your diet. You're eating too late. You should finish your last meal like more than like 6 hours before bedtime. So for most people, that's way earlier than you currently eat, like way, way earlier. Like dinner shouldn't be at like 5 p.m. or some shit, or 6 p.m., 7 p.m. like most people have. Your dinner should probably be about 2 to 3 or 4 p.m. The last thing that you eat. Most people still eat at like 7. And when you eat late, you'll notice your sleep is so shallow and you'll toss and turn and you'll wake up tons of times. So just give that a try. Like finish eating all of your calories before like probably 4 p.m. and you'll sleep so much better. Also, haven't really been waking up with morning wood either. I've been struggling socially, just showing up to things to show face, but most of the time I'm just overthinking in my head and not having fun, and haven't been doing well with women either. Yeah, so look, it looks like you were making a good amount of progress. You're still on a good path. You're not doing anything destructive, I think so, which is nice. And you just need to get this fire back. You need to get into this war mode again. Normally, during times like this, I would go back to bad habits like smoking weed, watching porn, junk food, vaping, but I still have my conscience to tell me those things will just make my situation worse, and I don't want to get into those cycles again. That's huge progress. Huge progress. Right now, I know it doesn't seem like such a win, like if you are in this season where you don't have that fire burning inside of you and you're still not doing like the crazy bad habits. I know it doesn't seem like a huge win, but it actually is, because just a few months ago, a year ago, in this kind of season, you'd be just regressing back to doing all the bullshit. So this is such a big win that you should actually be really proud of. I find myself getting caught in a weird comparison trap too, because my friends do more of those habits than good habits, yet have no issues socially, financially, academically, and they pull tons of chicks and get consistent sex. Yeah, have a look at my most recent videos on my main channel, the 21 to 25-year-old gap. There's guys who don't do this sort of like self-improvement stuff. They don't work hard. They don't delay gratification. They don't really pursue like a good career or business. They don't have the right mindset. They're not disciplined, but they're still doing pretty well socially and sexually. And it's because they're living off the momentum that they've gotten from school with the positive feedback loop. So all that to say, like, you can be a guy who's been doing all the bad habits and still, for example, have a pretty great life when you're 22 years old and you're partying and you're getting some girls and you've got some friends and you play video games and you hang out with your friends, whatever. It's by the time you get to 25 that those guys are absolutely fucking miserable. It's these years right now which would make it so easy for you to regress back into that life and not work hard, not be disciplined, to just go and like maximize pleasure right now. But when you get to 25 years old, that's when it really stands out who actually delayed gratification, who stopped going out and drinking and partying, who stopped just hanging out with like low quality people. At 25 years old, that's when you see it. So you just have to buckle down right now and have like this awful feeling of feeling like you're the one doing the work, you're the one making the sacrifices, but it hasn't paid off yet. And there's friends who are not making these sacrifices, who are getting way more like girls and fun than you are right now. But by about 25 years old, it absolutely changes. Like, there's no reason why, let's say if you're 22, 23 years old, there's no reason why you can't have a business making 10, 15, $20,000 a month when you're 25 years old, and now you can travel the world. Anything your friends are getting at this age is actually like such like low quality, classless pleasure compared to the world that opens up to you when you're a successful young man. So just stay on the path, and if you haven't already, just go on my main channel and watch the videos which have the title 21 to 25-year-old. And I see the proof of it all in front of me. I don't want to be jealous or envious of my friends or see them succeed less, but I want to win too. They're always honest when they have something going on. They may not just overthink as much as me or treat life so seriously, like being such an autist with self-improvement habits. Any advice on how I can get that fire back so that I can enjoy my progression and leveling up while also enjoying social time? Just a couple of months ago, I would shoot out of bed looking to get work done and then have fun afterwards, work hard, play hard. Would love speaking to new girls and guys, have zero social anxiety at all. Everything I do in my life was based off whether I wanted to do it or not, and everything just felt like fun to me. But in the past month, it hasn't felt like that at all. And instead, I've felt like I'd much rather just lie in bed all day. I'm tired of feeling like such a little bitch, and I want to return to my high testosterone, masculine, red pilled self. So, what you're going through, and for the guys who are watching this on YouTube who are going through something similar where you've lost that fire burning inside of you, there was a time when you were basically doing the same actions. You know, you were waking up and doing the routine as you are now. But there was a time when it was just fueled with extra energy, even though you were doing the same things. And that's what you want to get back. Because if you, most likely, like, just be honest, you agree with me that this is actually the life you wanted to live. You've wanted to become successful when you're young. You've wanted to like lock in and be disciplined. You know that this is the life you want to live. It's just that it feels less enjoyable right now because you don't have this fire, right? So if we can get you this fire, then this life can feel way more enjoyable and you're literally having fun whilst you're growing and making progress to your goals, which is like the best case scenario. Like you're already doing well, which is that you're sticking to this disciplined path, even though it's not that crazy enjoyable right now, which means that you're quite a disciplined person, which is awesome. But ideally, we give you this like fire. And this fire that we speak of, it is something that is, it's just mindset related. Like I know that, okay, we're talking about testosterone here and someone else said testosterone. And it could very well be testosterone, but I don't actually think it's that. Because I know a lot of guys who have went and got a testosterone test and it comes back fucking crazy, like 1,000 nanograms, 900 nanograms, and they still live like they've got a limp dick. Like they still don't have this fire inside of them. This fire is mindset and belief only. Let's imagine right now, I suddenly signed you up for a martial arts fight that's going to happen in 3 months' time. And let's say that I say, okay, well, you're going to start training for it. You would suddenly have this fire inside of you. Of course you would. If you had to go and do, like you had to go and get into the cage with another fucking guy, you would instantly get this fire, wake up and exercise and do like fucking burpees, then go to the gym and train, then come back and eat and work, and then go back to the gym and train. Like you would have this fire inside of you. When you think about it though, nothing's actually changed. Like, yeah, you have this fight coming up, but that's like, it's not here. It's not right now. It's your just decision to snap on that extra reserve of energy. The same with, let's say that you go through a breakup. Let's say if you have a girlfriend right now and she texts you and she says that she's leaving you because she's been cheating and she's going to go with the new guy. And it fucking hurts. But let's say that you use that pain in the gym. You're in the gym and you're fucking grunting and you're doing 2 workouts a day and you're pushing really fucking hard. Everyone's just looking at you like, holy shit, he's moving some serious weight. And again, though, in the gym right there, nothing has actually changed. Like it's all actually just in your mind. You can literally turn that same energy on. There's nothing stopping you. Like it coming from something real, like for example, if you are in a relationship and it breaks up, and then you will get like way more of this real fire inside of you. But you literally have the capacity to feel this fire at any given time. You're just choosing to keep it in reserve right now. Then don't. Act like you're in a fight camp anyway. Act like literally, like whatever your priority is in life, like let's say for me it's YouTube. Act like you're in like a fight camp for it. So that this doesn't mean that you have to go train martial arts 2-3 times a day if that's not the priority of your life. If it's YouTube, I would, for example, sit down to work 2-3 times a day, and I would stay really disciplined, and I won't get girls, and I won't drink alcohol, and I'll go to bed by 9 p.m. every single night. Like, just take the pieces of what you would do if you were locked in, if you were going to have like a fight in 2-3 months, and then just use that for your goals right now. Just get to the next level in the discipline, in like your sort of daily checklist. Because right now you're probably living a bit more complacent, like a limp dick, and you're saying that, yeah, like, 1 workout a day is fine, and I'll work for a few hours, and then, I'll go to school, then I come home and I'll watch TV whilst I eat. You've probably started getting a bit complacent, right? But if you had a fight coming up, you wouldn't be like living like this limp dick. When you're eating, you would be watching fight clips. You would be watching just stuff related to fighting. When you're scrolling, when you're on the toilet, you'd be watching stuff related to fighting. When you're talking to people, you'd speak to them about fighting. I had a friend of mine actually a few years ago. I met this guy here, and he told me he was doing a boxing match. And as he was getting closer and closer to the day, I could see that he was so zoned in. And I hadn't done my fight yet, right? I only did my fight like earlier this year. This was like 2 years ago when I met him. And when the day was getting closer, it was, a few weeks ago away. I could see just how much he was like locked into it. Where every single conversation with him, he was just talking about it. You'd ask him, like, you'd see him in the morning. Oh, good morning, bro. How are you? And he'd be like, yeah, man, I'm good. So we were just doing the jab, whatever. Like, and he'd just start speaking about it. Like, as if you asked about it, you didn't. But, like, it was just the only thing in his mind. I would go to, like, this co-working space, right? Kind of like this big cafe that you can work in. And he's like, he's a handsome guy, right? So girls would come up to him, and within like 5 seconds, and I'd kind of observed this. Within 5 seconds, I'd see him go like this, like telling them what he's been practicing today. Like that's how fucking zoned in he was because he had this fucking deadline. But the thing is, you can just choose to do this right now. Let's say if it's not fighting for you, but let's say it's YouTube. Then every single person you speak to them about YouTube in the same way that this guy was speaking to everyone about boxing. If someone, let's say, okay, YouTube's a priority for me. If I speak to someone in the gym and like, oh, good morning, how are you today, Hamza? I should say, yeah, I'm so good. I just recorded an amazing video this morning. And they're like, oh, what video? Oh, you're a YouTuber. Oh, okay, whatever. Yeah, YouTube's going so good right now. Tomorrow I'm going to do this thing. Imagine every conversation you talk about the big goal. Imagine you live like you're in a fight camp, zero alcohol, bed by 9 p.m. You only consume content about the big goal. You only talk about the big goal. You revolve your life around it. You will get this extra fire. Then you can do some dark psychological manipulation to yourself as well. You can literally just start to believe that, for example, you have a girlfriend that has just broken up with you or you've left her. You can start to believe that someone has been picking on you or that, some bullshit's been happening, some bully's been picking on you or you got into a fight. You can make up enemies in your mind because when you really think about it, everything is psychological anyway. So make up enemies in your mind, make up some sort of bullshit that that would turn this fire back on. Which, like, a girlfriend cheating on you is probably one of the biggest things that does this. So think about being with a girl who's now, like, I don't know, you visualize catching her texting other guys. And feel that fucking pain. Because whether this is real or not, it's all just psychological at the end of the day anyway. And so you may as well, if you really need this, you may as well just do this weird like cuck visualization to just feel that fucking pain, realize that you can turn this pain on right now, and then go shoot to the fucking gym and go sit down and work and do whatever you need to do. This fire that we all want to tap into, it is our God-given right. It is inside of us at any moment, just waiting to be turned on. Now, usually it's other people who turn it on. Usually it's other circumstances. Usually it's the world that turns it on. But you will become more successful when you can just start to turn it on yourself. Is this not a skill that you've wanted to develop this entire time? Imagine being able to turn this fire on when you actually want to. Like, this is a skill that's worth your intention, right? You should wake up and on your checklist literally have reminders to like turn the fire back on. Get a bit of this rage. Don't shy away from this dark, negative emotion. Turn it back on inside of yourself. It's not a bad thing. Like, you're not a bad person for not being able to tap into it, because for most guys this just happens when someone does something to us. But the fact that you haven't fallen back into the bad habits that you probably would have fallen back into months ago or years ago, that's a huge, that's such a lovely sign and a testament to your growth. So for you, Gavin, and for everyone else who's watching this on YouTube, if this is how you feel right now, all you have to do is just learn how to turn this fire on for yourself. All the winners that you look up to, all the guys who, kids have like posters off and they put it up on their wall, the athletes, the musicians, all these like killers around the world. Every single successful guy, all of us can turn this fire on when we want to. We just choose to. And if you want to become like the successful people, if you want to become like us, then you need to start to develop the skill of turning this fire on by yourself and not needing someone to turn it on inside of you. because you can literally choose to turn it on. You just have to believe it's possible. You have to believe that you want it, and then you have to just say the right kind of words in your mind, and you'll find that you'll have this sudden burst of energy where you'll stand up and be like, fuck it, I'm going to the gym. You can turn it on yourself. And when you can do this on command, this is when a lot of success will come your way. So I'm grateful that you asked this question, because this is quite a high level question. This is a really interesting conversation for us. Yeah. I'm proud of you. Goodbye.